I think last year when these rates kicked in, yes, there was a slowdown in demand, especially in the third quarter and the fourth quarter of last year. But this year has been stable as far as the interest rate scenario is concerned. No changes in the repo rate by RBI. And looking forward also, I believe in the next fiscal FY25, I don't see in the first 6 months anything happening. That is my assumption. People, I believe, have now got if you can use the word, resigned to this high rate regime or attuned to this high rate regime. So demand is good. There is nothing wrong with the demand as such. Basic thing, what I see, what has changed pre and post COVID is the mindset of people. Right. Pre-COVID, if you look at it, we were slightly conservative with investments and more conservative with spending. The basic tagline was spend for a rainy day, save for a rainy day. Now, post-COVID, what I see, there is quite a different, a drastic change in the way people think big. For example, if you look at housing. There's suddenly, we were listening to that panel. There's a sudden increase in semi-luxury and luxury, right? It's not that money was not there pre-COVID and just suddenly after pre-COVID something has happened. It's just that the mindset of people have changed. Somebody who would look around for a 2 BHK is probably now looking around for a 3 BHK. And plus with things like work at home and other things, people have literally converted office and home into one unit. So the mindset has definitely changed, and as a result, I see people are willing to spend more, and probably one of the reasons why interest rate hike has not too much of an effect. People, I don't think, are not too bothered with this increase of 200 basis points or 250 basis points. Yes, I think FDI is coming into the country. FDI has nothing to do with the real estate sector per se. I think it has more to do with the overall shape and growth of the economy and particularly the future of the economy, right? Our Honorable Prime Minister talks of Amrit Kal, and I really believe in the next 10, 12 years are going to be boom time for the Indian economy, right? And so your FIIs are all smart people. So where they see an opportunity, they're going to come. And I don't think it is because of their love of the country or anything of that sort. It's more of an opportunity, and a lot of it to do with the kind of economic scenario in the West, especially US and the EU. So they see a lot of future and hope in India in particular. So that is why they're pumping in the money here. Well, don't ask me that, because our past decisions, especially on the builder front, have really gone awry. We have really not done well. We are saddled with huge NPAs in the builder segment. Despite a lot of efforts, we've been able to bring it down, but still not at comfortable levels. Yes, other the mistakes we made in the past, we were venturing into this builder segment probably for the first time, and whenever you enter some new sector, so initially you are bound to make mistakes. And probably we made too many of them. We shouldn't have made so many, that I would say. But right now, with the real estate booming, a boom time for me is caution time. I think as a housing finance company, I should not be too euphoric about the boom and too euphoric or about funding the boom. Because in a boom time, during a boom time, you get all sorts of people jumping in, right? Yes. Coming out with projects left, right, and center. So we at LIC Housing Finance, yes, we are going to encash the boom period of the housing industry as such, but we are going to be cautious, especially in the builder segment. We are going to be cautious. I think we will chase the good builders with a good track record. Not only of big projects, but a track record of delivery. And that is very, very important. That was very, very important. Track record of delivery, a track record of delivering quality projects. So that we will do. So as I said, it's going to be a cautious approach, but definitely we will be trying to encash the boom time in the industry. I must thank the Prime Minister and the Honorable Finance Minister for the CLSS, at least the budgetary announcement for CLSS, 74,000 crores, out of which is going to come into PM Gramin and PM Awas. Gramin would be for rural areas, Awas would be for your urban middle class. That is great. I think that will give a boost to the industry as such. And we being the largest housing finance company, I think we should get a fair share of the money. We've been asking for much, but then of course it has to be distributed to others. We do understand that. Now, from the now if I look at the industry right now, we've been in this summit here, and I think there was a panel discussion just half an hour ago on uh, the what do you call the luxury and the semi-luxury segment, right? Now, if you look at it, the industry now, builders are more into the semi-luxury and luxury segment. And I don't blame them. There's a margin to be had there. And so they are business houses, they are businessmen, they would like to go in for margins. But I think there's a huge opportunity in the affordable segment. And in the affordable segment, there is a big mismatch between demand and supply. Demand is huge, but there's hardly any supply because most of the builders who are working in the affordable segment have now moved on to the semi-luxury and luxury. So, few things I would want the government to do, and that is the place where I think, as an industry, let us alienate ourselves from being business houses and let us move away from the PBT and PAT concept. And if we really want to do something for the society, I think that is the place where we need to go. And there is a huge demand there. And I think the industry should go out to meet at least the financial industry will meet the financial demand, the housing finance industry, and the government can incentivize builders. Like for example, why can't registration fees 7%, 8% across states? Different states are different. Why can't we subsidize those for the affordable segment? Your builders. Yes, you have PMAY. Why can't we create a separate? You have an infrastructure development fund. You have all sorts of funds. Why can't we have a fund for affordable housing altogether, wherein builders can go in, get those funds at subsidized rates, and then invest in affordable housing projects? So these two things, of course, the PMAY and the PM Grameen, some sort of an addressing the affordable segment only. But of course, there's so much of demand, and there's little the government can do, and the government cannot spend so much. 74,000 crores is not a small amount of money. I'm thankful for that. So I think as an industry, we need to look how can we get it. Asking the government to do everything, I think, would not be appropriate. The government, yes, government needs to support, government needs to encourage. Two things I said: if your registration charges, etc., could be slashed across the board, if a separate fund for affordable housing could be created, where people can get in and borrow it at slightly cheaper rates and probably pass on the benefits to the affordable housing. I think these were the two. These would be the two key wish lists from my government right now for the affordable housing segment.